There's no such thing as being half pregnant. You're either in or you're not. And I find a lot of entrepreneurs want to dabble in something, and that's definitely not the right reason, and definitely the wrong time to start your own business.
What's the first step someone should take when starting their own business?
I would say the first thing is to remove emotion from their decision. Being excited about something, it's kind of like saying, hey, just met you, I love you, let's get married. That's not necessarily the best decision or the best reason to get married. And people that often make emotional decisions regret those decisions. And sure, you can get divorced, which is not the best thing anybody wants to do, but and so there's a fix for the quick decision to get married. The decision to start a business on emotion could cost someone their life savings. So I would say take emotion out of it, first and foremost. Second thing, I would ask themselves why they're doing it, and hopefully it's not for the money. You know, you've heard that a lot, right? If you follow the passion, money will come. You know, when you start your own business, you're not having someone tell you to be someplace at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're not, you don't necessarily have someone saying, I need this on my desk by 2 o'clock. So when you're a new entrepreneur and starting your own business, I think people underestimate the discipline that it takes to be a business owner. So definitely ask the question why you're doing it and making sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I definitely also think people should have realistic expectations. What are the expectations in a laid out plan? It's shocking to me how many new entrepreneurs and new business owners don't know their numbers. And one of the biggest reasons small businesses fail is that they're undercapitalized. So I think people go into it with unrealistic expectations. I think something else that is important is, are they willing to do whatever it takes to make it successful? You know, there's no such thing as being half pregnant. You're either in or you're not. And I find a lot of entrepreneurs want to dabble in something, and that's definitely not the right reason, and definitely the wrong time to start your own business. I think when you're starting a business, oftentimes ego strength stops you from asking for help. So as corny and as simple as it sounds, don't be afraid to ask for help. Because there are many, many, many bright people out there, whether there's people you know or people you don't even know yet, are willing to offer up their support and advice to ensure that you don't make the same mistakes they did. So don't be afraid. Be humble. Don't be afraid to say what you don't know, and ask for help. I think it's very, very important.
How would you recommend that a health coach come up with their own personal brand?
So let's back up for 10 seconds and say that my definition of a brand is that it should elicit an emotion. So, if you say Eric Barron, boom, what emotion is elicited? And if you don't elicit an emotion, then sure, then you are, in a way, sometimes I say you're playing it too safe. A lot of people do play it too safe. Not everybody needs to like you. Not everybody needs to connect with you. So I think people, if you're developing a brand, it's almost unauthentic, right? You're being someone that you're not. So I think you need to own who you are. Ask the not ask your mother, who's only going to say how lovely you are and how wonderful you are. No, right? Go to your mom. What are they going to say? A son or a daughter could do no wrong in a mom's eyes. But have some tough conversations with people and say, hey, give me a couple of words. And when I say the name Eric Barron, what comes to mind? And it could be arrogant, it could be loud, it could be obnoxious. That's okay too. I need to know that. But as you start getting that feedback from people around you, you will start creating a brand identity and a situation where you put yourself in an environment that People think of you, and it elicits an emotion, and thus causes them to take action. So developing a personal brand is not something you should work too hard on. It's there naturally. Identify it. And then how do you build around it?
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. It was such a pleasure having with you and hearing about all of your expertise.
Thank you for having me.